Okay, my friends. Let's maybe try this again. Let's maybe try this one more again, right? I don't know how exactly the microphone's going to sound tonight. I just switched the levels over from previously. Well, hang on. Let me get the stats up. Yeah, see, these stats look good here. Well, I guess we're not going to be using that new laptop after all for streaming, I guess, right? So I don't know how the microphone's going to sound tonight. All I did was copy over the settings from what I did last night. You know, I have a lot of filters on right now with OBS. So, you know, hey, what's up, Keith? How does the mic sound? Does it sound okay, or is it like too loud? Yeah, man, hopefully it's not too loud. It doesn't look like it's too loud. I copy, so well, anyways, let me at least do my intro, and then I'll give y'all a rundown on what the hell just happened. So, hello, all my fine aviation enthusiast friends. Welcome finally to the latest episode of the Airplane Show. It's been a fucked up night, let me tell you. All right, good. It sounds good. All right, so please subscribe. Please click that like button. I will get better equipment as that happens. Third time's a charm. That's right. So, all right. So I tried to do Zoom last week with my mom, and the laptop that I use for streaming is an old laptop. It's like 10 years old, maybe 15 years old, but it runs really good. And since it took me like 20 minutes to get Zoom up, my mom's like, you know, I'm just going to buy you a laptop. Check this out on QVC, see what you think. And I'm like, hey, look pretty good to me. It's a brand new HP laptop. You know, it's got, I mean, it's a nice laptop. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it runs really well. So I get it on Thursday, Thursday night. I get it Thursday night. So yeah. Oh yeah. Today's Friday. So I get it yesterday. Last night I set up the microphone, which took me like 2 hours to get the right levels, with the, you know, with all the different filters, that I have. I mean, like the filters I have on this microphone, I have in this order in OBS: gain, noise suppression, 3-band equalizer, expander, compressor, and then limiter. So my goal with this, with the microphone, is to try to have my voice the same level regardless of how I'm talking. So if I yell or I talk real quiet, like, it's supposed to be the same. So anyways, so I do a few recordings last night, and I do a few private like streams, you know, and everything looked good with the stats. Like, everything was cool. I didn't have anything else open. Everything looked fine. Well, tonight I log in, and out of nowhere, everything just spikes red. Like all the, so if you're not familiar with OBS, when you are, hang on a second, let me close out this microphone thing here. All right. So with OBS, they have this stat stock, and it shows you like your CPU usage, disk space available, memory usage, and all that. Usually, like with this old ass laptop, I'm like usually at like, right now, my memory usage is like 0.6%, right? Like, average time to render frames is like, you know, 15 milliseconds. You know, I run it at 30 frames a second to keep everything down because I can't do it. Yeah, it is how life goes. It sucks. So I start streaming tonight, and everything goes red, like bright red. I'm like, shit. So anyways, so I was trying to do some homework last night on a simulator, on a Microsoft simulator, and getting my keyboard up because we're getting ready to fly this big ass bird. So I was doing some reading last night, and I saw last night on one of the websites, I forget what website it was, that Pmdg is going to be releasing the tablet for their 737 on Xbox any day. I've been waiting for this damn tablet since I think it's like October of last year is when like they announced, like when they released the tablet for PC. It was like last October, and I've been waiting since then. So I checked first thing this morning when I woke up, like a kid on Christmas. Like I woke up and like the first thing I did, I just like grab my controller, turn on the Xbox. Sure enough, it was there, and it's a pretty good tablet, I must say. Let me just make sure that I don't have any updates in here. But we're gonna be so I'm doing this flight. This is based off a real Southwest flight that took part today. It's flight 4090 from Denver to Cincinnati. It's like 2.5 hours long, but you know, with this Pmdg, we can run it at 8x speed, and everything should be pretty much set up on the inside of this airplane. I went in and set everything up earlier today, but I do want to put the right flight number in there. So well, I guess I could leave W. Well, I'll just do SWA. But yeah, Grease, that you're right. 4 gigs is not usually enough. I don't know how many gigs is in. Oh, my controller's on one. No wonder I can't hear anything. I don't know how many gigs are. Hang on a second. I'm trying to do 2 things at once, and I can't do that sometimes. The red laptop that I'm using right now, I don't know how many gigs that is, you know, as far as like RAM, but it runs, it does what I need it to do on OBS really well. I don't know why this new, you know, the new one's brand new. I don't have anything downloaded on it other than OBS. And yeah, it's just, now I thought at first it's because I don't have, there's no Ethernet cable interface with this laptop. So I ordered an adapter for it that used like a USB-C, you know, like one of those little docks, like kind of like this, you know, one of these docks that has like USB and all that. So I bought one last night on Amazon that has an Ethernet thing. But I mean, even without that, running on Wi-Fi, I'm still running at like, you know, 800 megabytes per second. So it's okay. I just don't know. Yeah. Anyways, let's do some live weather. I'll play with it again tomorrow, but I don't want to you know, if I can use the new laptop for like everything else and just use the old laptop for streaming, I'm okay with that. I don't want to sacrifice, like, I don't want to go down to like 720p, you know what I mean, or some bullshit like that. So, all right, let's jump into Denver. Now, this plane took off from gate flight 4090 today, took gate C63. So let's try to use C63. And it took off around 311, so let's set this for like 230. Because we're going to be looking at this tablet a little bit. So let's see if we can get C63. I want to say like C is down here. All right, we're in the C's. Who doesn't like a good pair of C's? You know what I mean? I love me some good C's. All right, C. I don't see C63, but we'll just get as close as we can. All right, let's just do like C51. Where'd it go? C48, C50. Yep, yeah, they don't have C63 here. I guess C63 is down here. So. All right, well, I want to use an actual... Let's do this one here. So I want to have a jetway. All right, let's go. Yeah, you know what? I think maybe tonight when I'm done, I'll check out how much RAM is on this laptop. What's up, Frank? But, yeah, man. I don't know. It's a brand new laptop, and I can't believe that a brand new HP laptop, brand new, can't run OBS. Like, it can run it. It just can't stream the shit. I have a 15-year-old laptop I'm using right now, and like, you know, my memory usage right now is like 0.2%. Welcome all these new people to the airplane show. Thanks for coming by on a Friday night. Before you leave, please subscribe and click that like button if you don't mind. Now, Frank, I got that new laptop. The new laptop, it runs like shit for OBS. All right, so here's the new tablet. The brand new tablet. Now, you do have to go into the settings here to activate it. Let me show you where to go. Actually, I like using Mega Karen's side, or Giga Chad, depending on if you got a guy or a girl, but I like using their side for all the setup stuff. All right, let's see here. Pmdg setup. So if you go under aircraft and go under equipment, I believe it's like page 15. It's not 15. Yaw dampener, heads up display. Where did it go? Unless it's not in here. Maybe it's in a different section. Auto ignition. Oh, here we go. So page 16. You see that option right there for flight tablet? So that's the new flight bag that they came out with. It's a cool flight bag, man. I mean, it does some good shit. You do now. We also have the capability now of importing our flight plan, which we didn't have before. Yeah. Well, this laptop I didn't buy. If I bought a laptop, I probably would have, you know, made sure it could like stream. Now, I couldn't get gate 69, but I do have a good pair of C's right now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let me. I want to change this to pounds, not kilograms, because I built the flight using pounds. Let's go to options, simulation. Let me turn this real quick. That way we can steer the airplane. For some reason, whenever I get into this airplane, I need to flip that back and forth like that. All right, and where is... All right. No, not there. Where is it at? It should be, it's like one of the first two options on a page for like kilograms and all that. Maybe it's under option. Maybe it's under displays maybe. Okay, there's kilograms there. Fuel. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, metric. All right. There we go, pounds. All right. So let's go over to the tablet. I knew you weren't talking shit. It's okay. I don't know. I could try to see if there's a gate 69. There might be. You want me to jump back out and jump back in? See if there's a gate 69? Yeah, that's a good moral of the story, Grease. There's a really good... Well, thanks, Frank. Thanks for the update. There's a really good store near my house, the computer repair store, and they always have great deals on refurbished laptops. I bought one at I forget the name of the place now. Micro Center over in Towson, Maryland. Years ago, it was like a $4,000 laptop I bought for like $1,000, and man, it was awesome. All right, this little button on the right, this is the home button, like any laptop, like an iPad. The performance tool is set up for takeoffs, landings, landing en route. You know, you have all these different tabs. So we don't have the data yet to do this. So let's click the home button. Electronic flight bag. You have really just a few sections. So we have the flight page. We have our flight plan. When it pulls in, that's the next page here. We have our charts. We have our general preferences. So I already brought everything in earlier when I first set this up. That's my SimBrief alias Doodoo5220. Now I will tell you the one thing I don't like that Pmdg still has is they're still running AirX cycle 2204, which is from 2 years ago. So, all right, let's go ahead and let's get the airplane turned on, and then we'll start getting the fuel ready and the passengers and all that. And let's turn those lights. All right, let's come down here, and I want to get rid of the stairs and get the jetway connected. So let's go to actions. Let's go here. Let's release the stairs. And let's activate the jetway. All right, now let me bring over. So let me bring over the flight. So let me request the data from SimBrief. All right, there we go. Southwest Flight 4090. Alternate airport is Indianapolis. Now with the METAR, right? You can have the regular METAR, you know, like with the wind speeds, you know, visibility, scatter clouds. Here's our barometric pressure here. Or you can just do simple. 14 degrees Celsius. The wind's 20 by 6. And here's our, I think that's really cool that they have it like that. So now let's look at our flight plan here. So you can zoom in or out with, you know, the plus and minus. You can use this to drag up and down. Or if you have a mouse, you can just grab the screen and just move it as you go. So let's see here. Our fuel tonight is going to be 20,861. So let's plug that. I'm not going to plug that in right now. I'm going to leave. Let's set this for a third. And let's go to payload and let's empty this because we're going to set it all up. All right, so now let's go to ground services. Let's get the jetway connected. That's this second button here. We said, what do we say? 20,861. So let's do that. Let's request the fuel truck. Let's see how many people are on board today. All right, jetway's coming over to give us a kiss. Oh, I know they can't update it. I know, but a lot of other planes can. You know, no, I know they can't do it, but so I built this with like this arrival here, Sargo 3. That doesn't exist anymore. It's now Sargo 4. I built this using the 2204 AirX system, so we'll see what happens with it. We'll see if it. All right, so our cargo is 7,200, and we got 130 souls on board. So let's plug in 130. And oh, I got to open the door. Let's open that door up. And now we should be able to start loading our peoples in. All right, fuel truck's here. We can click start. We can start boarding. And we had 7,200, so let's try to do like, let's try to do 2,200 in the front. And let's try to do 5,000 in the rear, because who doesn't like a big rear? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I got you, my man. I got you. But a lot of other airplanes have their stuff upgraded. Just saying. A lot of other planes right now are running the new AirAct system. It's not a big deal. I'm just saying. See, it says it right here. April 21st to May 19th, 2022. Yeah, man. I'll be right there with you. I put my gas mask on. All right, let's go ahead and get the navigation aligned so we can bring in our flight plan. Put those on nav. And let me see what our position is here at Denver. We got north 3951, west 10. Okay, so that's good. Let's go to this next page here. Yep, looks close enough. Plug that in. Let's type in KDEN. Now, if I remember what gate we were at, I would type it in, but I don't remember what gate we're at. I think it's like C49, I think, but now we're already aligned the navigation. I have it on QuickTime, so it'll. All right, we can start loading the front. I'll make sure the volume's up a bit, quite a bit when we're actually flying. I mean, there's nothing really to hear right now. It's just kind of like white noise. It does look like my microphone, though, needs to be turned down a little bit. Let me turn my microphone down just a little bit. See, all I did was copy and paste my settings from the new laptop to this one for my microphone, but it's a different computer, so I need to set the when you are using OBS and you're going to use filters, it's a very good idea to use the volume of the laptop first and no filters, and go into OBS or Discord or whatever you're going to use and try to turn the volume down on the computer first so it's not spiking like continually in the red. A little bit of red's okay, but so I don't know if this is exactly the same as the other laptop, but it is what it is. All right, so let's come over here to route, and we can actually request our flight plan now. Now that we have this flight bag, we can actually request the flight plan. See? Now you can set the payload from here. Like if I guess we can bypass the other section now because it looks like we can set the payload, set the fuel. Right now I'm just going to select the route. Takes a minute for it to come over. One of the best things I like about this new setup I have is that I don't think you can hear me vaping anymore. Like I think that's gone. That should have been from the expander that I put in. All right, let's click load. All right, let's activate that. All right, very good. So our flight plan's in. We'll check it in a minute. Let's put our, let's come down here. There's our actual flight plan. So we have runway 8 and xtan 7. So let's put our departure in. Let's click our depart button. Runway 8. Next page. Xtan 7. Execute. Wow, that's pretty dope, man. All right, let's go back to route. And let's go to arrivals. I don't really need to do this now, but I want to make sure that at least the, well, you know, maybe, I don't know if I want to do this now or not, because sometimes things get really messed up with the flight when you input this now. So let's leave that part out now. Let's look at our legs page. All right, I'll tell you what, let's choose at least the approach, and we'll choose the arrival. But you know, I'll just plug it all in now. Who cares? I think I'm doing RNAV. What am I doing? RNAV Z for 18 left. RNAV Z 18 left. Not doing sputter. And we are doing Sargo 3. And ENL is our point there, so that's good. Now let me see if if Dave is in here, we need to get rid of Dave. Alright, I don't see Dave. There is a vector there though. Let's get rid of that vector. Alright, let's come up here and check out our flight plan. So let's put this on map. Nope. Come on, man. There we go. Now it's on plan. That's good. And let's go down here, and we're just going to click through step. All right, looks good to me. All right, we can release the front loaders. Once everything is done loading, then we can bring the weights in, and then we can back up and all that. So, all right, we can release the fuel truck. All right, they're almost done. Let's get our clearance from the ATC. Shit. I don't know if I can use this departure. I might have to do a different departure now. It makes no difference with this simulator when you choose enforce the flight plan. It never works. Alright, I can still use this. So, what runway do I want to use though? Let me see here. What runway is close to us here? We have 35 left. All right, let's do... No, we can do... We'll do 35 left. All right, let's change our departure. All right, 35 left. And we're doing Xtan 7 again. All right, that's good. All right, so we should still be good. Active. Active. All right, very good. All right, so that's all done. All right, that's done. We can now release the jetway. Let's go back here. Click this to put the jetway away. Let's close the door. Let's go ahead and see what's going on. That's done. We can release the... Okay, so all the loading is done. Let's go ahead and get our weights and everything set. So let's come up here. here. Let's go to performance. All right, let's import this. Now we're doing runway 35 left. All right, see, look, it's got the slope, which you know you need that when you're inputting in the departure and all that. So it's great. I mean, this is, I've never seen the slope percentage on any other tablet in this game. All right, let's come over here. Let's request the performance information. All right, let's click load. All right, cost index is correct. 18,000. Hang on, my controller went dead. Give me a second. I don't even remember getting a thing that said my battery was dead. Damn. Damn. All right. Let's go ahead and execute that. Now we do need to get the correct amount of fuel. So let's come here and let me show you where to find that info. So if you come into the flight plan here, when you go to the fuel section, sure, I'll be your friend. When you come into the fuel section here, you have our total fuel block here, 2861. We need to type this in here. 20.3 or 20.4, one of those two we need to type in. Otherwise, we're going to get error messages the whole flight. So let's type in 20.4. All right. And our cruising altitude tonight is actually 37,000 feet. So let's program that. All right. And let's go to set. Let's see if the forecast actually is able to be brought in now. If it's not, we'll just... Whoa, it does it now. Excellent. Excellent. I don't have to type that shit in anymore. Oh, God bless you. God bless you, Pmdg. God bless you. 8%? Wow. I never knew that. That's a good random fact to know. All right, let's finish setting up our takeoff. So we can import from the flight plan or we can import from the aircraft. I'm going to import from the aircraft. All right, and then I'm going to import weather. And now I'm going to click calculate. And there we go. Flaps 5. Here's our N1 regular takeoff. The temperature we're going to program in is 43 degrees Celsius. So let's program all that stuff in. Actually, let's get our APU started first. Let's put on this fuel tank. Let's put the APU bleed on, and let's put in 37,000 feet. All right, and the landing altitude, the landing is, let me see what we got here. About 900 feet. All right, let's put on the emergency lights, arm them. Those are on auto. Let's put these on. Let's turn up the panel lights a little bit. Let's put the yaw dampener on. Let's fasten the seatbelts. All all that's looking good. And now we can turn on the APU generator. All right, very good. So let's put in 43 degrees. Just about ready to back up. All right, 43 degrees. What did it say? Regular takeoff? All right, regular takeoff. All right, very good. We'll do regular takeoff then. No reason to derate. And now takeoff here. Let's go to the next page. Let's put in the slope. That's negative 0.47. So negative 0.47. And the runway wind is 20 by 6. 20 by 6. All right, let's go back now. This comes in automatically, and we got flaps 5. There we go, 142, 143, 145. Excellent. Let's back up and get out of here. Put on our flight director. Let's disconnect. All right, let's remove the wheel chocks. That's disconnecting the ground power automatically. Let's go to pushback. Make sure our parking brake is set. And let's put a little bit of this on. Let's turn this one down a little bit. And over here for Mega Karen, let's do the same thing. All right, very good. Let's go ahead and back up. Let's get the tug connected. We're doing a standard L. And we need to back off with the nose going to the left.
Cockpit to ground. Go ahead. We've been cleared for push and start, tail to the right. Copy that, ready for push, tail right. Release brake brake, please. Brakes released. Brakes released, here we go.
Well, thank you. I love having good friends. Thank you very much. Sorry, I haven't really been looking at the chat. Well, nobody's really chatting anyways, but I haven't really been looking at it. I've been trying to focus on getting us out of here. Oh shit, I forgot to turn the electronic pumps on. We might not be able to turn now. Hopefully we can turn. That's all right. We'll just have him push us out straight. Man, it's okay, man. I'd be watching, chilling on my couch too. All right, let's pull up the. All right, I guess this is good enough. Let's just have him stop. Put the parking brake back on. Let's turn on the other engine. Let's put our radio on. Weather's still not modeled, so we don't have to worry about weather. All right, let's bring up the chart of the airport here. Departure. Reference. Oh, airport, actually. Airport info. We're going down here to runway 35 left. All right, very good. We're ready to taxi, I believe. Let's put our brake on there. Let's put our flaps down to 5. We need to verify our takeoff speeds again. Actually, let's look at our takeoff chart and see if we have any constraints. All right, standard instrument departure, we're doing stand 7. Oh, we can pin it. Cool. All right, let's see if we have any constraints with our altitudes. We're going to be coming out like this. So we got to be below 10,000 feet at Kidding and over 14,000 feet at Msfs. Let's see if that's in there. Yep, that's in there. All right, very good. Did I really say 295? What? That shouldn't be. Yeah, 250 to 10,000 feet. Oh, because we're just over 10,000 feet. Okay. All right. All right, so that's good. Let's go back to our airport chart here. The icing procedures, airport info. All right, let's taxi out. Let's put our taxi lights on. Yes, grease, I'll make it dark. Let's put our generators on. Put these on continuous. And let's put on the isolation valve on auto. And let's put our packs on auto. And let's turn off the APU bleed. Let's let them know we're leaving. Yeah. What's up, Frank? What's our 145? Let's see what it said here. $149. Actually, let's just make it dark this way. That's closer to our time. Yeah, I'll keep a day for the landing. I'll keep a day for the landing, no problem. No problem. Yeah, Keith, I don't know why that the tug didn't... I think because I didn't have the electric hydraulic pumps on. I think because I didn't turn them on until, like, the very end. I think that's why it didn't turn. But yeah, that was a tough angle. Thankfully, there's plenty of room here. Yep, I got you, Frank. No problem. Now, I don't know if we can set the trim anymore. I'll check when we get closer to the runway. Before this update came out with this tablet, we weren't allowed to really change the trim. Why do they got us going out this way? That's so stupid. I don't know about every landing, Frank, but I'll keep it daytime for today's landing. I like landing when it's dark myself, personally. I like seeing all the lights and everything. But for you, Frank, I will keep it daytime today. This, I have this program to switch between day and night mode automatically. Yeah, Frank, what's up, dude? Yes, Frank. What'd you see on YouTube? What'd you see, Frank? Some demon shit. Yeah, they got that kind of stuff. They got that kind of stuff on YouTube, that's for sure. That they do. Big heavy women. Me like heavy women. Oh, we are getting a late start today, guys. Jesus. Oh, Frank's spamming the chat again. Frank's okay. He just gets excited. It's Friday night. He don't have school tomorrow. Frank likes spamming the chat periodically. Wow. Yeah, man, the upside down cross, that's definitely some demon shit, that's for sure. Let me plug my battery in so I can start charging this one. You skipped school, oh my god. Don't start spamming the chat, Frank, for real. Come on, man. I'll take your modership away. Don't be spamming the chat, dude. That's not cool. Friends don't let friends spam the chat. You know what I mean? Let me bend down here and plug this in. Oh, I'm getting old. Oh, save Tom Cruise. Help me, Jesus. Help me, Tom Cruise. Yeah, I like night departure. I was on the fence about a couple different flights. There was an American Airlines flight that I liked. There was a Ryan Airline flight. There was an Egypt Air flight that I really wanted to do, but I don't have that livery, and I don't think Pmdg has it available for this plane. So I have like 4 out of the 5 or 3 out of the 4. I don't know how many there are, but I have all of them except for one livery pack. Yeah, man. Frank's wrench status could be hanging in the balance tonight, depending on how much he spams the chat. I still think Frank's a bot. I don't think he's a real person. I think he's a bot. I'm just kidding, Frank. I'm pretty sure you're real. I'm pretty sure you're real, Frank. And once we get up in the air, we'll turn on the photogrammetry, because for some reason, photogrammetry on the ground creates lots of invisible potholes and really bumpy stuff. You're 12, you can spam all you want. I'm 46, and I can block your ass if I want to. Yeah. Goodbye, Frank. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Taxiing is probably longer than the flight. The diner chick? I don't know if I remember a diner chick. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Keith. That's right, man. He who holds the wrench does not spam the chat. Yeah, enjoy the lighting while you can, because pretty soon you're going to have to pay for it. Pretty soon we're going to have to pay for it. Hopefully that won't actually happen. Hopefully Microsoft will not decide to charge for every lighting, for all the airport lighting. Oh, yeah. I remember that. Yep, I remember that. Oh, yeah, I never did set the METAR information. I guess I should set that at some point. Let's see what... So I don't have to look. Let's just see what they say here. Oh, they're not saying anything. All right, I'll just tune back to the tower. oh, I know who you're talking about now, Frank. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't talked to her since I've been in high school, man. She was just a fun girl that we just passed around the restaurant. All right, 2998. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, she used to hum the Star Spangled Banner when she was serving her country. Yep. Yeah, I know. I was trying to take off on runway 8, which was like right near our gate. I kind of had that plan, but the ATC had something different for us. We're almost there, though. We only got, a mile and a half left, I guess. I wonder if I can go 8x speed during this part. Like, I wonder if the simulator will let me speed this. I should click it and see what happens. Hey, 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 why am I not turning? I might have to play with the settings real quick if this isn't going to let me turn. All right, there we go. I like this airport at night. Looks pretty good. Still got the colors back here, Grease, from the last time we flew this plane. I did change this back to black though. That blue was really bothering me, that bright blue I had down there. But I still got the green for all the displays here. I think that's pretty cool looking. All right, let's turn on data and traffic. All right, and data. Let's put the heads-up display down. I can find it. Oh, we are going pretty fast right now, actually. Oh yeah, always. We always got zombies on board, you know it. Oh wow, I'm really going fast. I'm going 40 some miles an hour. Jesus. 40 some knots at least. Always have zombies on board. I'm trying to get down here as quick as I can without like speeding too much. Without speeding too much. All right, we are just about here. Thankfully, man, it's like you're right, Keith. It's like traveling through a city. I still can't believe that laptop tonight, man. I wish I would have, you know what? I wish I would have known that first, man. I would have been on time tonight, man. I came real close to not even like streaming tonight when I started getting those issues in the beginning. I was like, man, I really don't feel like fucking around with the microphone and all this other stuff. Yeah, you tried telling me that last time, but we couldn't figure it out. Kept on telling me about all the blue lights, but it's not in this airplane. Or at least not on Xbox. Alright, what's our heading for takeoff here? 353. Alright, let's get our departure chart out, and then we'll proceed to take off. Alright, let's put our landing lights on. We already got all the other lights. That's fine. That's all good. All right, let's arm the auto throttle. Activate LNAV and VNAV. And let's roll. Oh, passenger cabin. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. I'll have to look at it. Oh, they do kind of look blue. Oh yeah, they do have blue lights in there. That's pretty cool. Toga, that's right. There's a screw inside this cabin for Toga. Pmdg has a Toga screw. It's right over here. Oh, actually, I don't even see it. I might have to stop here real quick and put some floodlights on. Yeah, give me a second. Let me locate this screw here. And then we'll take off. It's right over here somewhere. Is there a... Alright, now I can see it. Oh, you know what? Actually, let me turn up. No, not that one. Oh, yeah, that one. Okay, very good. Let's turn off this floodlight then. Yeah, the screw's right here. That's what we need. Alright, let's roll.
Airspeed's alive. Eighty knots. V1. Rotate. V2. Positive rate of climb.
Alright, let's put on some photogrammetry. Photogrammetry. Alright, there we go. And we can turn up the lights now outside. Let's put it back to the time when it really took off. About there. Alright, autopilot on. Let's lock the landing gear. Put our flaps up a little bit. Oh, autopilot didn't turn on. There we go. I was wondering why we were aiming down like that. I was like, what the hell? Definitely. Yep. We took it to the max, that's for sure. We took it to the max. I don't remember this much wing flex on this airplane. I think that's pretty cool if that's something new that they did with the update. Alright, so we got 10,000 there. Boy, it is really windy. Look at that. I don't know if I like that. I might turn real weather off, actually. Let's see if this wind kind of balances us out. If not, I'm just going to turn real weather off and just leave the... For some reason, like this plane and like I think the A310 I think is the other plane, when you have live weather on, this seems to continually go crazy. Look at that. Oh yeah. Yeah, me too. I saw that video. That thing was awesome. Yeah, let's turn off live weather. This got me kind of freaking out a little bit. I might turn live weather back on down the line, but right now I'm leaving it off. That was crazy. I guess. I mean, what do you think? I should leave it on? I can leave it on. I mean, I'd rather have it on now when we're taking off versus when we're like cruising, because usually when you turn it off and turn it back on again, usually like you drop like 500 to 1,000 feet. So yeah, let's put it back on and see what happens. All right, seems to be a little more stable now. No, I don't mind the real weather part. It's when I've run into issues before, when like this goes like from like 0 to 40 and 10 to 30, like you're blinking your eye, like I hear you, Grease. You are a real man, that's for sure. You are a real man, Grease. Once I switch to standard pressure, I'm gonna put us back over top of the wing like it was a few minutes ago. And then I'm gonna excuse myself for a minute so I can drain the main vein. I've been holding it in for a while. If I had them sheepskin seats, man, I'd just go right there. Right on the sheepskin seat. Just kidding. I wouldn't do that. Not on purpose, at least. When we get up to cruising altitude tonight, we'll put this thing in 8x speed. And then just let that thing go until we get ready to descend. Because the 8x speed with PMDG, it slows down for the waypoints and turns. Yeah, I'm with you. It's just like I said, I ran into issues in the past when the wind and direction was doing that before. I ran into issues, so yeah, real man uses a diaper. All right, you're right, a bucket. What about a Burger King cup? I have used those before. A large Burger King cup? Yeah, I can fill about half of that thing with no problem. All right, I'll be back in a few seconds. But I tell you, one of the things I like best about this microphone is that it's got a big old mute button right in the front of this son of a bitch. Yeah, this let me see if I can turn it around and show you guys. So I bought this microphone. It's called Audio Pro. I think I spent like 30 bucks on it on Amazon. It's not too bad. It's got a pretty good stand to it. You know, it connects easy. It came with that like little windscreen popper thing. And actually, the little camera I bought from Nexigo, that thing actually has a really good microphone on it too. The camera I bought for like 20 bucks, man. I am really happy with this camera. It like sits really nicely on top of the laptop. I think 30 bucks, maybe 35 for the microphone, yeah. Well, you know, I don't make money doing this, so right now this is a hobby. So, you know, if I was making money doing this, then I would sink more money into, you know, making it a bit better, you know, visually. But, you know, until I get to that point, you know, I have a hard time justifying spending a lot of money on this. You know, it's already a lot of money buying all the airplanes and, you know, and all that, getting the Series X, even though I got a stupid deal. I don't know if you guys remember that story. I went in about a month ago. I decided to trade in my Xbox Series S for the Series X, just for performance reasons, really, with the simulator. So I found a really good deal online through GameStop. I'm already a Pro member, so, and the trade-in value for the Series S, I had a 1 terabyte Series S. They said the trade-in value was like $175. So I buy it online. I bought it through PayPal. PayPal has this like pay over 4 payments thing. So like it cost me like $115 like every 2 weeks. That way I didn't have to kick out, you know, 500 bucks at one time. So I get to GameStop. I go on my lunch break. I get an hour for lunch. I go into the GameStop near my house, and as soon as I open the door, it smells like some really dank weed. Like, it smelled so good. And I tell the guy up front, you know, he's the only guy there, you know, I tell him who I am, give him my ID and all that. He pulls out the Xbox, and then I tell him that I'm going to trade in my Xbox. Now, I called them the day before and asked if I could do that. They said it was no problem. Well, this guy was all types of confused about how to make this transaction happen. So, long story short, I got a $60 warranty for free, and I left there with about $250 in cash. So, I think he gave me almost $300 for my Series S. Because the extra warranty I bought, you know, from like whatever the warranty they sell there, I bought it for like, you know, the additional few years was like $60. And then you know, I still pocketed like $250. So I'm thinking he gave me around $300 for the Series S, man. I don't know if he still works there or not, but, and you know, I was gonna say something to him, but he really made me mad. Like, I got there in 15 minutes from my house. So at that point I had 45 minutes left. Well, it took so long with me that there was now like 5 or 6 customers behind me in line. So instead of him finishing, and he had to go into the safe to get my cash. They couldn't do it as a store credit for some reason. So instead of him finishing with me and just taking the extra 2 or 3 minutes, he decided to put me, after I'm already done, I'm just now waiting for my cash for my Xbox. He says, would you mind just standing over here, let me take care of these customers? Well, he proceeds to handle customers for like another half an hour. Like half an hour. I'm already now late. Like, took 20 minutes to half an hour to take care of me, now I'm waiting another half an hour. So when he handed me all that cash, I looked at it, I looked at him, and I thanked him. And I'm like, should I say something to him? I'm like, nah, I might be getting in trouble when I get home, because I'm going to be late. So I kept all that money. You better believe it. Now, if it would have been yeah, oh yeah, I'm not going to say nothing to anybody else. It'll stay right here. Well, look, nobody knows what, you know, they don't know what GameStop I went to, and there's no way to prove it. I mean, I know what the receipt says, but that's just a piece of paper. But anyways, I won't say nothing. You're right, Grease. I shouldn't say anything to anybody else. Oh, I'll just keep it between us. Shh, it's our secret. That's what you get for getting high at work. Even though it's illegal in Maryland, I mean, you wouldn't do, like, you know, shots of whiskey while you're working. I mean, like, you shouldn't be smoking weed while you're working. Not the weed nowadays, man. Laced with fentanyl. All kinds of shit. Weed's dangerous nowadays, man. Alright, let's check out some other camera angles. I can only use my keyboard for like the first 10. I don't know the other commands for the like 11, 12, 13. I'm sure it's there, but I don't know it. That one's not too bad. Alright, we're very close to going 8x speed. Here's a lot of the circles. That's just crazy that there's that many circles in America like that. A lot of alien spaceships. Alright, that's external number 8. So 7 and 8 are like the same. And then 5 and 6 are in front of the engine, I guess. Yep. Not a bad little view. I don't know how the airplane looks right now on YouTube, man, but on this monitor I'm looking at, man, it looks fantastic. Yeah. I love that my vape doesn't show up anymore when I'm streaming. At least it doesn't look like the microphone's picking it up. At least that expander filter is really cool on OBS, man. Like I watched the guy on YouTube kind of like go over the different filters, and that expander is really cool. Like what you do with it, when you set it up so like the microphone is you're kind of whispering into the microphone, and then you turn the gain up all the way up at that point until you like get into the yellow a little bit. Like, you know, when you're looking at like equalizers, you have green, yellow, red. So you're kind of talking real softly, and then you turn the gain up or down, so you're kind of in the yellow, and then you take the threshold slider and go all the way across until you don't hear your voice anymore, and then you just move it a little bit back towards the right, and at that point you're like, it's really just picking up your voice. Like if you clap, like it doesn't usually, like it might not pick up the clapping, but it's not picking up my vape anymore, which is good, because it didn't really bother me. I just thought it sounded bad. Like I'd be talking and then you hear the airplane and then you hear you know, like every, like, you know, couple of minutes. Yes. Yeah, man, we get that new A320. I'm excited. This could be a very good, like, 2 or 3 weeks, man. If this, you know, I don't think the sim's going to come out until after the expo, but it might come out soon. I hope it does. Oh no, our center tank's room is empty. That's why we had that caution light there. So heading 89. Yeah, that should be a nice little airplane, that hopefully that new A320. I would like to fly more newer Airbuses in this simulator, but like, you know, the 330 is okay. You know, the A300 and 310, they're like the same thing. I really want to fly more A320 flights, but it just bothers me so much that Aerofly Mobile has a better, it's more immersive on mobile than Microsoft Simulator. Like, that really bothers me. Oh yes, Inabuilds, that's right. That's going to be awesome. Inabuilds makes some good shit. Inabuilds, Just Flight, Coronado, and Pmdg. I think they make, like, in my opinion, they're like what other modders, other companies that do this, they should strive to get to that level. I think Red Wing is very close. But yeah, Just Flight, Pmdg, Inabuilds, Coronado. I will always buy stuff from there. What is this going on here? Where's the discontinuity coming from? So we're going to be doing an RNAV landing more than likely, but it'll be one of those RNAV landings that uses a localizer. So instead of like LOC, so when we're landing tonight, instead of it saying like LOC here and G/S, it should say FAC for final approach course, and then G/P for glide path. All right, let's go 8X. So 8x, we just click on this little thing here. The lights turn green. Now we're in 8x mode. Yeah, because we have 700 miles into the top of our descent. So when I looked up this flight, it looked like it was like just 2 hours. And then when I built it, it was like 2 hours and 45 minutes. And I was like, ooh. And then when everything wasn't working properly earlier, I was like, oh man, like I'm going to be up all night. But thankfully I'm off of work tomorrow. Very excited about being off of work. God, I love my job. I really do enjoy my job. But I like being off of work a lot more. And today, I would say Friday's like my favorite day of the week ever. Like Friday's I love me some Fridays. My only day that I like more than Friday is payday. Payday is the shit. I'd much rather have payday than Friday. It just usually happens to fall on the same day though. So when I was working on this microphone last night, I kept it up on the desk like all night. And I realized that my voice wasn't hitting the right part of the microphone. So I tried turning it like upside down. I just couldn't get it to work. So I wound up installing this little slider under my desk that I've never used. It's for like a keyboard. So now when I'm talking, my voice is kind of like going over the microphone. So now it's like in a really good position. So I'm glad that I found this slider last night, because I've had some big emotions. Value for used to fly back and thanks, man. I know myself not to buy it. It's really painful. Well, you can't buy it now anyways. It's not available, right? But why wouldn't you buy it if it came out? Like, you know, Pmdg makes good shit. I mean, like, why wouldn't you just get it? Just saying. I mean, the 777's great. And Pmdg makes their own liveries too, so you're not buying like third-party liveries from Perfect Flight or Four Simmers or Two Pilot or, you know, ABC Modder. I mean, it's right from the people that make it. Wow, look how fast we're going now. Look at that. That's great. I love 8x. You can go up to 16x, but Pmdg doesn't recommend it. They usually say it's a bad idea. We must be coming up to a waypoint. We're slowing down a little bit. Nope. Yeah, I usually don't move the camera a whole lot when it's in 8x, because I think the more I move it, the harder the system has for rendering it. You know what I mean? Like when I had the Series S, I would just kind of stay down here. That way I don't have to worry about any of the background rendering or anything like that. Alright, well, while we're doing that, let's look at a couple of things. We still have 600 and some miles left until we descend. Let me actually put that over here so I can see it. Let's pull up a couple of charts. Let's pull up our approach chart. Maybe I can't interact with this when I'm going fast. Or is it maybe just bouncing so much that... Oh, here we go. Okay. All right, let's go to arrival. And we're doing Sargo. Actually, they're not using 18 left now, according to Navigraph. What runway are they using now? 18 center is what they're using. Oh, it's got the same wind speed. All right, never mind. I keep Navigraph up the whole time, and it updates the runways in live time. So right now I'm getting a message on here that says it's not used, but it's got the same wind speed as 18 center, so we'll just use that. Okay, so Sargo 4, that's pretty close to what we're doing Sargo 3. But I'm going to pull that up, and then for approaches tonight, I'm going to pull up 2. So we're landing on 18 left. So I'm going to pull up this one here. This is the one that we have programmed right now. And I'm going to do this one as well, just in case. So we have Sargo 4. And then... Actually, let me go into regular speed for a minute. I want to check out a few things with this approach here tonight. Okay, so Jericho, we should be at 23,000 feet. JR, is that can't be the right one. Oh shit, JRICO. Wow, they are way off. Jesus. Let's do 290 at flight level 230. All right, so let's do 260A for above 260. Flight level 230. All right, and then I'm glad we're looking at this chart. Jesus. And here we need to be between 21 and 22. I don't even see Hiri anymore. All right, Jakuka, Sargo. It's a different chart. I'm aware of that. But I didn't expect a lot of the waypoints to have different names. All right, Sargo, we need to be above 14. So let's do 275. Flight level 140A. You know what? You say that all the time about nothing stopping you. Just have some willpower, man. It's only one airplane. If you really like the 777, then just get it and just don't buy anything else. I mean, I know you went on that, shopping spree before where you bought like everything, but you don't have to do that again. I think you have a different mindset now than you seem to have back then. I mean, like you're aware that a lot of the stuff out there is complete crap. Pmdg is not one of them. All right, Waxel, Feka, and Kalfs. All right, I don't see any of those, so let's leave that. Let's program in 275 at 14,000 feet. All right. And now let's look at our approaches. Azons, Lewin. Let's see if those are in here. Nope. Alright, so according to the RNAV landing, sputter, we need to be at 7,000. I don't see sputter. Prism Bear Phrase. Oh, I see those. Alright, those are not above numbers. So let's do 215 at 5,000. Because you said, for you said that was a special plane for you. You know, and you know that is, I guess, emotional is, I think, is what you said. So, you know Pmdg makes really good stuff. You know what I mean? So, like, if you like the 777 and you really want to, you know, fly it again, and Pmdg is a really good company, then I don't know. For me, I would just buy it at that point and enjoy it. All right, I think we got this all set up now. Let's see if our top of descent changed, which it should have. Yeah, that cut off about 100 miles. Actually, I'm not going to make this above. I'm going to make this actually 14,000 feet. Because above, we could still be at like 30,000 feet there. I know we wouldn't be because we have that next waypoint, but let's actually just do like 14.5. All right, very good. That's done. Now, I've never actually looked at this landing performance tool here. Let's go we're doing 18 left. Landing dispatch. Landing en route. Quick turn, BREF. Wait ice. I'm just, you know, I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just from my point of view, that's that is really cool, man. That is dope. I like that, man. That is cool. All right, let's go back. I don't know if that's going to actually be our weight when we're landing, but Yeah, I'm just saying, man. I mean, like, you know, you said you like the 777 a lot. And like I said, you know PMDG. I mean, I know they're not, like, partnered with Microsoft, you know, like Builds is, but just because they're not, like, partnered with Microsoft, I mean, if that's your rule, that's your rule. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't want to buy anything because they're not partnered with Microsoft, I mean, I get it. But PMDG has a history of, like, making really good stuff. All right, let's go back 8x speed. So that's all I was getting at. You know, if you like the 777 and you want to fly it again, there's nothing wrong with buying a plane from a company that has a proven track record. I mean, the DC-6 is phenomenal. All these 7 series, all these 737s that they made, I mean, are really good. I'm not familiar with anything else that they've made for Microsoft, but those two planes are always very consistent from what I've seen. Like, I've never, even before I got the Series X, back when I was having all those issues with screens and stuff, I never once had that issue with the 737. All right, let's set up a couple of things for our landing tonight. Let's actually set up our heads-up display. Now, you know what? We'll do it during descent. I was going to set up our... But we'll wait for descent, I guess. I may actually make a waypoint, actually. Let me, I'm thinking about making a waypoint. Yeah, let's do two things real quick. Let me take ourselves out of sped up mode. See? You're selling yourself right now. With that statement, you're selling yourself. You're just, and you're also like justifying what I said about Pmdg. So, you know, I'm sure you'll make the right decision for yourself when the time comes. All right, let's go to landing. I don't know if that's correct or not. Let me look at information here on Navigraph. Oh, very good. So, if you've watched me in these 737s in the past, you know that I always change the heads-up display for landing. Well, now we finally have in-game the two bits of information you're going to need. We have the height and we have the length. So let's change. Let's set up our heads-up display for landing. So we're going to go to mode and just click that. So that's instrument and then visual, kind of as a standby. Let's click on runway. We're going to want to enter the height right now, the elevation. So that was 886. Hit enter. And let's get the length. It's 9987. So let's plug in 9987, enter. And now we have the height and the length in here. And what that's going to do is the little reticle that shows up in the heads-up display, because we now have that info, it's now going to put that reticle right in the middle of the touchdown zone, like right in the sweet spot of the where you're supposed to land. Changing this mode, you'll see when we go in for landing, it gets rid of a lot of the clutter. A lot of the clutter that shows up in that heads-up display is now going to be gone, and it really gives us a really clean looking view with all the information we need for landing. And the last thing I want to do is just plug in the VOR info and the ILS frequency. So let's enter the localizer first. Might not be on that page. Let's see if it's on this page here. Yep, we do. 117.3. Let's plug that in. And as a backup, we're going to input the ILS frequency. So that's 110.15. And let's do this side. We'll set the course up later. Yeah, that would make me happy too. That would be really cool if they did that. All right, and the last thing I think I want to do. Let's look at this chart. So I'm still going to try to do this RNAV landing first. So we have sputter. That's. I guess I could just choose sputter, but that's 3 miles back. Oh, actually, let me see where we're coming into, actually. We have Prism. And that's going the other direction. Okay. So we don't have Philo either. So let's make... So that's about 6 more miles. Let's make a waypoint that's 5 miles behind us. Let's make a waypoint, guys, shall we? So, what we're going to do is we're going to make a waypoint 5 miles behind Prism. Prism's like the beginning of our RNAV landing. So, let's go ahead and click Prism. We're going to enter the opposite of Prism. So, it's like 0 degrees, but let's type in like 350. Let's type in 360. Okay. /5 for 5 miles. And now let's click on Prism again. Hit execute. And now let's go ahead and clean this up. And now we have just created a waypoint a few miles before Prism. Because what we're going to do is, like, we're going to be flying in straight. Like, we're going to be going north. Ajebi's taking us north. And then we're supposed to make a big U-turn, pick up Prism. And the way that our flight plan is now, it has us kind of going on this really sharp diagonal line. So at least now with this extra waypoint, it gives us a chance to go up a little farther and make a nice turn and get lined up with Prism before we actually get there. So, waypoint made. We'll leave the 240 speed in for now. At that point, we might be actually, you know, handling the throttle and everything on our, like, not VNAV type throttle. We might be controlling it like in heading mode and, you know, the speed button here. All right, let's go back to 8x speed. There we go, back to 8x for a while. We got about 283 miles until we start our touchdown. Man, Frank, why do you always gotta spam the chat, Frank? You are very, you're a bad 12-year-old. You're a bad kid, Frank. You're a bad kid. Shame on you, Frank. Sabotaging the chat, Frank. Shame on you, Frank. Yeah, man, we're cooking now, man. See, I don't mind leaving it on sped up mode with Pmdg, because when you get to a waypoint with this airplane with their speed increase, when you get 5/10 of a mile from a waypoint, it slows down, and then about a mile past the waypoint, it speeds back up, and if you come to a turn, it slows down as well to regular speed. Oh, that's weird, Magnum. I don't know. Well, I did have a lot of technical issues tonight, so there's a good chance that it just didn't work, because, you know, I got a new laptop yesterday, and I set it all up, and it ran great last night, and I go into stream. I get into OBS and try to stream with it tonight, and all my stats are in the red. CPU usage, memory usage, disk full, disk space. So it took me about a half an hour to get the other laptop up and running and get the microphone set up. So I have a new microphone now. And it took me, you know, I spent about an hour and a half last night playing with the levels, getting everything good with the microphone to where I can really talk at any volume and it kind of stays the same. And it doesn't do a lot of background noise like when I use my vape, like you don't hear it anymore. So I had to do that really quick with OBS. So I had to go into the other one and write everything down, like all the settings, and then go into my old computer, get OBS going, get the new microphone connected to that OBS, put all the settings in. So I don't know. If it happens again, let me know. Nah, man, that laptop was free, man. I'm not throwing it. That laptop does what I need it to do outside of this. Like, it's fine for streaming, like movies, getting on Zoom. Like, it'll get used. I just won't use it for streaming. I'll just use this one for streaming until I can afford to get like a higher end one. Until then, it is what it is. All right, we got about 150-ish. Well, welcome anybody who's new to the channel. Thank you for stopping by. But before you leave, subscribe and like. That way you can come back again. Because it's a proven fact that the equation is the more subscribers and the more likes I get, the more softer and the more butterier the landings are. It's really weird how that works out. I don't know how. It just kind of seems to work out that way. Can't really explain it. Quincy. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. They have these maps? Yeah. Hello, children. Hi, Chef. Suckle my chocolate salty balls, yeah. Put them in your mouth and suck them. I had no idea. I just found this out. I had no idea this tablet has these other maps. IFR, VFR, World. That's great. That's really cool. I had no idea it did that. When it said switch map, I thought it was going to be like all green or whatever. I wasn't trying to do Cartman, man. But go ahead, man. If you want to do Cartman, knock yourself out. I wasn't trying to do a Cartman voice. Now, be easy, Frank. Don't be putting shit out there in the chat that I can get in trouble for. But I wonder if this tablet's in AirAC 2204 or the new AirAC system. I'm thinking it's going to be in 2204. We'll see when we get closer. If it has Dave, let's put the... Let's leave it in VFR mode. If it has Dave instead of like ENL. So we have ENL coming up. Let's see if it has Dave around here anywhere. Because Dave is like the new waypoint that took the place of ENL for this particular route. Yeah, it looks like it's running off the old. Oh, look, it's even got the airways and everything. That's cool. Really cool, guys. Oh yeah, let's slow down to regular speed, because we're going to be descending here pretty soon. Here's our top of descent. Let's go ahead and... How are we using reserve fuel? Oh, maybe because we put that extra waypoint in. Oh, whatever. All right, let's plug in 23,000 feet. Wonder why it's saying we're using reserve fuel, or that we might be using reserve fuel. Yeah, with the new AirAC maps that are out and all that, this particular landing we're doing doesn't use ENL. It uses Dave, D-A-A-V-E, which is like 5 miles past ENL, and I don't see it. So this must be based off of that old AirAC, which is what we're using. Oh yeah, I was going to look at the charts. Well, you know what? Never mind. There's really no reason to look at the charts. That's weird because, like, this is the new... So this is the brand new one that goes with the new AirAC. But that's not what we're flying tonight. We're doing Sargo 3. So, whatever. Might be easier just to do the ILS landing instead. No, we'll see what happens when we get there. We got about 47 miles. What's our weight right now? 33. All right, let's see if we can put in runway 18 left. Thank you. And let's do 5 miles for the landing gear. 10 miles for flaps 15. Sorry, I'm trying to read that comment, but actually let me just type a period in so I can read the rest of it. Oh yeah, I know. But that particular waypoint was on the chart when I was looking at it in Navigraph. Like I'm looking at it right now on Navigraph. and it was right after. Oh, you know what? I'm looking in the wrong area. It's not near the ENL. It's a different area. So maybe, yeah. Well, whatever. It's just weird that, like, this FMC uses the old AirX system, but the maps and stuff that Pmdg has out, and the charts is all the new charts. Like, it doesn't. Train simulator. Hey, well, you know, Magnum, some of these planes, like people just, like, leave the plane while it's flying, you know, because panels fly off, or, you know, we can always drop you off, like, you know, right here in Evansville, maybe. I'm sure there's a McDonald's in Evansville. We can just, you know, like, you can just, like, ride one of the panels down, like, you know, like, this part of the airplane falls off, and you just, like, you know, ride that down. Yeah, I do like Train Sim World 4. I can play it this weekend at some point. Maybe Sunday night. Like I used to do. I was playing it earlier today. There's some cool trains in Train Sim World 4 now. I mean, there's some... PSW3 had some really good ones as well, but I like PSW4 too. They got some really good European trains in there. Yeah, Scale Tricks, that was a pretty sweet looking one. I saw there's a single developer working on I think he's either in China or he's in Japan. He's over there. I don't remember exactly what country, but he's in that area. He's working on a train simulator by himself, and that thing, like, I could have sworn it was a real train. Frank, getting it past your bedtime? Why don't you go to bed, Frank, so I can make it dark outside? Oh! Wow, how did that happen? I'm sorry about that, guys. Wow. I don't know how that happened, man. Sorry about that. Yeah, somehow the slider for the mic controls in OBS, somehow it went from negative 35 decibels that I have right now set for the game. It went from negative 35 up to 0. Like, it maxed all the way out. Yeah, I knew you heard that. I said it loud. Yeah, I don't know how that happened, man. That's weird. Sorry about that. My bad. Yeah, kind of like those sonic booms in the on the Concorde. Those things were awesome, man. I went back and watched that video and put my good headphones on, and that thing was great. Those sonic booms. That noise, and turning the batteries on that A330. Those noises are awesome. I had no, you know, when I first started flying that Concorde, I had no idea it was going to make those sonic booms. That was awesome. If you haven't seen, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to my video for, like, the latest Concorde video that I did. And when we get up to, like, when we put the afterburners on and we're climbing from 24,000 feet to, like, 50,000 feet, you go into the outside camera view and swing around so you're staring at the front of the plane. it gets quiet, like church, like just dead silence. Then flip the camera back behind the airplane real quick, and you hear that sonic boom, that boom. God, these engines sound so good in the headphones. So 7, 8, and 1 and 2 I like. Yeah, I know, man. Those A330 batteries are awesome. Alright, so it looks like we're going to be at Jericho in time. That's good. Let's get our course lined up. I believe it's 180. So we got 186, and they're both 186. Okay. And for our co-pilot, Mega, Karen, Giga Chad, let's put them back on map. And we're going to push enter twice on this CTR button. And now that gives us a display with our angle of descent and all that. The waypoints will show up here as well. Now let's see if we have an RNP requirement with this here chart. No, I don't see an RNP requirement. Usually it says like 0.3. Oh, here we go, RNP. So 0.02. So 0.25, and our decision height is 394. So let's set our decision height. All right, 394 is set. My bad, dude. I didn't mean to make you go deaf. That was a complete accident. I really had no idea how that happened. I mean, obviously I did it, but I wasn't aware that I did it. All right, so looks like, let's import this again. I'm not sure what the difference between dispatch is and en route. I wonder if Pmdg has something on their website that, I mean, they both use like the same info, except this one has like the weight and reversers and all that, but I don't know what the difference between dispatch and en route is. Thank you. I appreciate it. I had no idea until I think it was Grease said something about like the sound. And I'm like, the sound. I'm like, sounds fine in my headphones. And I looked down and I saw it was in the red. And I'm like, oh no. All right, so that's good. After 23,000, we got to get down to 14,000. So let's program that in. I'm tired too, Frank. Been a long day for me. Yeah, I gotta check the METAR. We're gonna have to plug that in here at any moment. $29.91. That's right, man. Exactly. Yep. Always, not always, but usually very tired during marriage. It's very tough to sleep in past your wife without them nagging the shit out of you most of the time. Or making you feel guilty about you sleeping in. Even if they say it's okay, it's not really okay. That's right. All kinds of knuckles beat up. Oh yeah, probably. You have to have your pronouns on the marriage certificate now. Hey man, being gay nowadays is like more cool than being straight. All right, let me look at our flight plan here. So it seems to think we're going to be landing at 129.3. So let's put that in for our landing weight, 129.3. Let me see what it's showing now for our landing. And let me see if the wind is gusting at all, because we can actually go up to plus 10 for our No wind gust, just 110 degrees, 4 knots. So we can leave it at +5, that's fine. All right, let's go back to the performance page. And let's import this. Oh, I think I kind of understand this a bit more now. So this will continually update our weight and tell us our required distance. Then what's the difference between dispatch? Anti-ice, landing distance, packs on, anti-ice. Outside air temperature. Well, I understand this page gives us the info we needed for the heads-up display. That makes sense there. Well, maybe Pmdg will have something out on their website about it. All right, let's plug in 2991. Let's push the standard button. And let's go down here and push the approach button here. That gives us our indicators, longitude and latitude indicators, well before they show up on our primary display. That's right, Magnum. That's right. More for us. More fish in the barrel. Yeah, it's very important to find a wife that is okay with you gaming. Absolutely. When I was married, I think I've told you this story before. When I was married, I used to love playing Guitar Hero when I would get home from work. I'm a huge Metallica fan. I've seen them like 30 some times in concert. I had a PS2 with the Metallica Guitar Hero. And I'd get home from like 12, 13 hours of work. You know, I'd deal with the kids if I had to, if they were still awake, you know, take a shower, do all this stuff, and then I'd go down in the basement, and I'd play like 3 or 4 songs, come back upstairs, and get ready for bed. Came home from work one day, and I went downstairs. PS2 was gone. The guitar was gone. I said, hey, Samantha. I said, what happened to the, like, where's the PlayStation? She goes, oh, I donated it. I'm like, you what? She goes, it was like, you know, that the guitar and the PlayStation were taking up too much space, so I got rid of it. I'm like, what the fuck? And I haven't played it since. I'm really close. I would love to get another PS2 with the Metallica Guitar Hero. With the guitar. I think I can buy it for like $200 on eBay. I was so mad, dude. It still kind of burns me up because I probably would still have it. Wow, we got big boomer clouds. Look at this shit. Actually, let me see what the visual flight rules are now for... No, it's still visual flight rules, so it must be okay in Cincinnati. Yeah, I hear you. She was really hot, so I kind of let it slide. But Yeah, I was mad. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I could look back on it now and say I could have done all these things differently, but yeah, yeah. I still can't believe that actually happened. Like, I was like, what the hell were you thinking? Like, it's just it's like the size of a VCR, a DVD player. It's crazy. Oh, that's really cool. The Beatles kit. That's awesome. Beatles, man. That's one of the best groups ever, man. I watched their Peter Jackson, the guy who made the Lord of the Ring movies and the Hobbit movies. He made this documentary. I think it was on Amazon or it was on Hulu. I forget exactly who he made it for, but yeah, man, that documentary he made on the Beatles, it was surrounding the Beatles when they did that concert on top of the roof of their record labels, like recording studio, like near the time that they broke up, and it was around like the weeks leading up to that concert. And the footage they have, it's all in color. I mean, it looks like it was just filmed like 20 years ago instead of like 60 years ago. All right, I'm going to do a speed intervention because we should be slowing down now. Yeah, she could have done. I mean, that wasn't too much before we started the divorce proceedings, so I think she was doing it to like test me or get under my skin. And trying to remember when it was versus when we split up. I think it was maybe like a year before we split up. Like the signs were like the like the writing was pretty much on the wall at that point. Like with our marriage, like it was just I should have left way before I did, but you know I stayed together with her longer than I probably should have because of the kids. I didn't want to not be in their life in the capacity that I was. So I didn't walk away, even though like most guys would have walked away in the position that I was in with her. But I stuck through it. I wound up getting full custody of my kids anyways. Yeah, she walked away from the kids completely in 2016. She just decided she didn't want to be in our life anymore and signed over full custody. We had split custody at that point. You know, I had my son almost every day. She had our daughter almost every day, and then we would alternate some days here and there and weekends with both kids and things like that. But yeah, she didn't. She walked away. Yeah, that would have been funny. Like, Samantha, where are all of these dicks laying around here, huh? Like Carol, Kenny, you see all these dicks? Look at that huge black dick sitting over there. What's she doing with that thing? What's she doing with that purple butt plug? What? Samantha, you should be embarrassed. Yeah, if I could go back in time, I probably would have done that. Because there was a toy shop really close to the dealership I was working at the time. Literally like 3 or 4 traffic lights up the road. See, since we cleaned up our heads up display, see how nice and neat it is now? None of that bullshit on the sides. Everything is kind of set up for landing now. Yeah, man, that's a pretty good story. I like that one. That's good. All right, I think what we're gonna do is we may go into heading mode here pretty soon. Let's see how this let's see this extra waypoint that I have programmed. Let's see how that does. There's the airport right over here. 139. All right, this needs to be 0.25. Oh, let's do it from here. All right, required navigation performance needs to be 0.25 for this landing. So you can see this extra waypoint we built. Look at this thing. So instead of us going from like here to like here, now we can make this and kind of make this nice circle and come in. Before it was like this really sharp line. Now it's this nice kind of circle. You know, half circle kind of deal. That's because we made this Prism 01 waypoint. And once we make that U-turn, we're going to click the approach button. And that should get ready to arm the final approach course and the glide path for this landing. Now the heads-up display comes with the airplane. You have to turn it on in the settings. So you can turn it on or off. There's a whole, like, there's tons of settings for this airplane, and when you first turn on the FMC, it gives you the option of going into, like, there's like probably 40 pages of settings for pretty much everything. And that's one of the settings. The heads-up display is one of the settings. I believe it's on all the 737s that they have available. I think they have a 737 600, 700, 800, 900. This is the 800. But I believe it's available on all the aircraft. You can control the heads-up display. This flight dynamics thing here, this is how you can set up what you see on the flight on the heads-up display, and also how, you know, where the reticle shows up as well. Like I programmed in the height and the length of the runway, so it'll put the reticle right on the sweet spot of the touchdown zone. Alright, we should be getting ready to make this turn here. Let's click approach mode. Let's see what happens. Hey, there we go. So, you can see it now says FAC and GP. So final approach course and glide path. That's kind of like the RNAV way of doing an ILS landing. It'll take you down to, I think, like a couple 100 feet over the ground, and then you gotta land it yourself from there. But there we go. We got traffic showing up right here. Yeah, they have a really good heads-up display. I think there's a couple other planes in the simulator that have heads-up display too, but this one is the only one that I know of where you can actually like customize what shows up in there. God, I should really do the ILS landing, to be honest. It still says VFR though, even though we got all this weather going on. That's kind of crazy, but I'm looking at Navigraph right now, and it's saying that the still visual flight rules in Cincinnati right now. We'll leave it on visual. We'll leave it on this kind of approach. It'll be all right. All right, we got to get down to about 215. We can see the diamond starting to come in for the glide path. One of the main differences between this and an ILS landing with this plane is that an ILS landing with this plane, you can engage both A and B for autopilot, and it'll do a Category 3 landing where it does the rollout and the flare all on its own. The RNAV landing won't do that. It'll get you down to like 100, 200 feet above ground, and that's about it. Guess we should probably put on our landing lights. We probably should have put these on flight from the very beginning. And we can change this. All right, final approach course has been caught. And then we will capture the glide path momentarily. No shit, I didn't know about that with the Bay 146. I know it has the audio system. I didn't know you could do that. That is pretty dope, man. No, I've never thought about taking this plane on a manual flight. I guess I could. I don't think I'm going to be able to sit on the wing like I did last time because of the type of landing that I'm doing. Huh. Yeah, I thought I saw that before about the ground power units, but that's pretty cool, man. I really didn't know that about the audio system though. I didn't know you could like customize like MP3s and shit with it. That's pretty cool. Oh, all right. Well, I guess visual flight rules do make sense now that we can see everything. I think that Bay 146 has one of the best like announcement systems out of any of the airplanes. Like when you click like, you know, getting ready for takeoff and getting ready for landing and the doors, like it's so cool. You know, like yeah. I didn't know that you could do that though. That's pretty cool about the MP3. I'll have to look into that. I don't know if that's something you can do on Xbox. Sometimes Xbox kind of limits you with those kind of things. Yeah, I think a manual flight with this airplane would be pretty cool. So you're talking about like no flight plan or no flight plan and no autopilot. You can see our reticles right on the center of that sweet spot.
1,000.
All right, let's disengage. Well, actually, let's see how far down this actually takes us. I think it's like 100 feet above ground. Excuse me. I think it's 100 feet. God, I still haven't eaten dinner yet. I usually eat dinner when I'm done streaming. I know it's bad for me, but I don't really get hungry until then. But man, like starting up like 45 minutes late tonight, man, that was unforeseen. But now I know to not use the new laptop. The old laptop runs shit much better. Oh, yeah, that would be cool, man. That would be pretty cool to try, actually. All right, let's get the ATC up so we can get a parking spot. Just in case I need to click the autopilot off. If it starts whooping.
200. 100.
Yep, that's what I thought.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Oh, that's cool. When I worked in Annapolis, hang on a second. Oh, what the fuck? I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to mess with the lights, but I can't. Try to make this turn. When I worked in Annapolis, every year when the new graduates from the Naval Academy would graduate, they would send the Blue Angels like flying like down through Annapolis, and they would always fly over top of the dealership that that I was a manager of. It was so awesome. We would stand on top of the building to like get up to the roof, get access to the roof. And we would stand up there and watch the Blue Angels, man. It was awesome. Yeah. I didn't want to get you too excited, Magnum, so I didn't tell you about the sheepskin seats tonight. I figured I'd let you find out on your own. Yep, good old Boeing seats, man. Got that sheepskin. Keep your cheeks nice and soft. Nice and soft on the cheeks. Wow, that's crazy. That's a lot of cool planes, man. That's cool. Spitfires and Mirages and Raphaels. Very cool. All right, hopefully Randy with the sticks will be over there. Gate 59. Got his rave party sticks. The best way I found for at least me to interact with that speed brake is to click on the description next to the speed brake. So click on, you know, down or armed or flight. Wow. Yeah, yeah, the Welsh. Yeah, that's dope, man. I went to a an airport show, an air show many years ago, probably like maybe 2010, maybe. I think my daughter was like 1 or 2. Yeah, and they had like all those kind of like World War II fighters and helicopters and stuff like that. I don't remember exactly what they had, but it was really cool seeing them up close, and we were able to get in and out of a couple of the helicopters. None of the airplanes we could get in and out of, but helicopters we could get in and out of. A couple of them. I think they had a Coast Guard one, a Coast Guard helicopter. I don't remember what kind of helicopter they used, but all right, is he there with the glow sticks? Yeah, I believe so. That seems to be the way to get the air marshal to show up. You gotta, when you land, you gotta contact the ATC and request gate or the regular parking, but you gotta request one of the two. Wow, that's pretty cool, man. Getting inside those different airplanes. That's cool. I was a kid in 2014 also. I was a 36-year-old kid. All right, park and brake on. Let's bring the engines back to idle. Let's put the APU back on. Let's get the jetway connected. And we'll turn this bitch off. Let's go to menu. Let's go to actions. Let's set the chocks in. Let's request the jetway. Let's open the door up. Let's cut off the fuel. There we go. Guess I could just shut the battery off, and that'll be the easiest way to end this. There we go. Fuck your APU. All right, man. Well, thank you, sir. I don't really feel like I'm 46 most of the time. But I'm definitely 46. I was born in 78. Oh, man, I'm tired. It's been a stressful night trying to get this stream going, man. That first 45 minutes was crazy. It's absolutely nuts. So I think that's it for tonight. Maybe we'll do some Train Simulator tomorrow night. Maybe. Maybe we'll fly the Concorde or the Antonov, or we'll do a mock loop with the 737. Maybe we'll try to fly it as fast and as low to the ground as we can. I don't know. Maybe we'll do something tomorrow night. Maybe something different than we normally do. But I will definitely be on. If for some reason I can't make it, I will let y'all know in the community section of my channel. But I will definitely do my best to be here. And that's about it, my friends. Thank you. Thank you, Magnum. Yeah, I feel 77. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, everybody always said you're a nice guy, man. I'm glad that you're proving everybody correct. Thank you. Yeah, yes, yeah, 99. 99 was a good year for me. I had a lot of fun in 1999. All right, I'm going to sign off here. If you haven't done it yet, subscribe and click the like button. There's really no reason for you not to. You subscribe to tons of channels. Just make this another one that you subscribe to. You'd like tons of videos, even if you don't like them. Like this video. Do something different. Help a brother out. This is the HBO special, the Help a Brother Out special. So that's it, my friends. I will see y'all tomorrow. I don't know. I might do a morning flight. I might wake up tomorrow and be like, you know what? I'm going to fly myself an airplane. We'll see. I probably won't, but there's a chance I will. But if not, I'll be on tomorrow night for sure. Anyways, that's about it, my friends. Hope y'all have a good Saturday morning, Friday night, and I will see y'all over the beautiful skies of Mother Earth sometime tomorrow. Definitely around 8 o'clock tomorrow night, but maybe earlier. I'm rambling on now. I'm tired. I'll see y'all tomorrow. See ya!